Okay, cool. I had to start and stop the recording. Because that's going to go up separately as the Elden Ring episode. Okay, so let me go back here. Let me get Clip Studio Paint booted up. And then let me see if I can get this going. Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Well, welcome, welcome. Yeah, so, hold on. I am focusing on multiple things, and talking and focusing on things is something I'm still trying to get good at. I'm new to streaming in terms of, like, I streamed a bunch last year, and then I'm starting to stream again this year because I moved in the middle of the year last year, and that's what stopped me. But I'm new to streaming because I'm not good at it yet, but I'm not new to streaming in terms of I've done it for, like, 6-ish months now, total. So, I don't know. I'm still getting used to stuff. Here, let me see. Okay. It'll probably be display capture instead of game capture. Canvas Pro. There we go. You'll see the whole desktop in terms of, like, the, you know, my tabs and all that. But that's not the end of the world. I will expand this, though. And then move me over. There we go. Yeah. So, in my Hades 2 streams, I have a really cool design. This is the design for Hades 2. And that's new, you know? This is something that's like, I drew this all in one night and got it done. Yeah, I like it a lot. I'm super proud of this. I drew this myself. But because this is new, it's so different from my current design for, like, my normal streams. So let me actually, hold on. Yeah, well, I mean, it was, okay, I'm not going to downplay it because I'm very impressed with myself. So I also very much feel that. But it was one night from like 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. I stayed up all night. But I work a graveyard shift as a full-time job 5 nights out of the week. And so on my weekends, I try to keep that sleep schedule anyway. So it was kind of just like I spent a whole day equivalent-wise. Thank you. Okay, projects. This is going to expose my projects. Okay, I'll just open it up. It's interesting because you can see my entire screen, so you'll be able to see, like, my files and stuff. So I have to be careful what I pull up. But I can go to my streaming stuff. So, do I have my Ender Idol? I guess I don't. That's fine. This is the current design. Yeah, I mean, it sounds bad. A graveyard shift for 5 nights a week. But, like, it helps you keep the same sleep schedule at least. That's my big thing, is that if it was, like, 3 days out of the week I did graveyard, and then 2 days I had a PM shift, and then next week I had 1 a.m. and 1 p.m., and then da-da-da-da-da. There aren't any animatronics involved. However, there are security cameras that I do watch. So sometimes it is kind of creepy. But it's at a hotel, so it's not too bad. And I'm behind a locked door, stuff like that. Yeah. It's a pretty good gig. And because I'm used to that sleep schedule, I've kind of just gotten used to being a little nocturnal, which fits perfectly for, you know, my Lady of the Night aesthetic. I do. I always do. I am fairly paranoid at night, so I'm always kind of aware. You know, I keep my eyes open, I stay present, stuff like that, so you don't have to worry too much. if I can help it. So, yeah, not too bad. Let me see here. This one's gonna be my canvas. Okay. Cool. Okay. So, this one is going to be, hold on, background. And then this one is going to be sketch. Going to be original. I try to label if I can. I'm not as organized as I probably should be, but I try to keep something basic like this so I can see at least. But yeah. Yeah. Cause it's something where it's like I kind of just want to go, you know? But if I just pause and do that real quick, it helps in the long run. So on the Hades 2 one, I'm sure you saw in my Clip Studio, I had, where is it? Oh, where'd it go? I had it. Darn it. Never mind. Hold on. I can open it here. It is the downloads? Desktop? No. Oh, you guys are gonna see all my dirty business. And by dirty business, I just mean the bullshit that I have randomly on my computer. Huh. I guess I can't find it anymore. Thanks. To be fair, I am kind of just gonna broadcast it everywhere if I'm not careful. But whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Here, hold on. I swear I had it somewhere, though. It was this one. That's what I was looking for. So I drew over this once upon a time to get the concept art for my Hades 2, if that makes sense. So this was the OG concept art of what she was going to look like, and then I turned that into this design. So let me actually see if I can pull up. Let me go to Hades 2 streaming vibes, and then I can put the display capture on this one so that you can see them side by side. Okay. Capture method. Yeah. Canvas. Okay. Oh, and it's too big. 1 second. There we go. I know! I friggin' love how it ended up. Okay, we'll put that there so that she goes over it. There we go. Okay, cool. So now that I have it on this screen, you can see the difference in the concept versus how it actually turned out in the design. I love how it turned out in the actual design. I think it came out super, like, pristine and pretty. Yeah, I should be careful about my art. But I just, I'm so proud of this. I'm really proud of it. And I love how it came out. So the hope is to kind of take this art and turn it into an art style similar to the one up there. I mean, it's kind of a base lore of I'm an Ender Woman, kind of from Minecraft. If we ever play Minecraft on the channel, I'm very much going to be cringe in saying like, oh my god, my people, when I see an Enderman, like that. Because I've had Ender Woman 89 as my username for everything for years of my life. So when I started streaming, it was kind of just a no-brainer to make that my concept. But just for general purposes, I just say I'm the Lady of the Night. When I play Hades 2, I'm a follower of Nyx. You know. I am not 37. If I sound 37, I don't take that as an offense because that just means I sound mature, so hell yeah. However, I am not. But yeah, she's cool. I play fast and loose with the lore. I'm not super heavy on being like, oh, I'm actually immortal. And I like roleplay super heavily. But like, I have fun with it. I like getting all mystical spooky if I can. Oh no! 89. So funnily enough, when I was a kid and I first started playing like Minecraft and stuff like that, yeah, it definitely has informed the design. So when I made my username way back when I was a kid, it was very much just that I wanted to be Enderwoman, and I didn't want to ever have to deal with having this username is taken, because I knew that being Enderwoman wasn't very original. So I just threw 89 at the end there. And I think it was because of like 69 or something. I don't know. I don't fully remember why I picked the numbers 8, 9. But it just kind of stuck. And now I've been Enderwoman 89 for like 10 years now? Something like that. Jesus. No, over 10 years. I didn't start playing video games when I was that age. So, but yeah, I tried to keep a heavy black and purple design. And these are actually ender pearls. She's an ender pearl necklace. I know, but also like Enderwoman 69, I just feel like also on certain platforms it might not be appropriate. And on some platforms, I am Enderwoman 69. I did make that joke a couple times. I think on my Xbox account, I've got 69. No, literally, yeah. Yeah, so I am Enderwoman 69 on a couple places. But yeah, so I tried to keep it very simple and very pretty. I made this design back when I just first wanted to start VTubing in general, or PNG tubing if we're going to use the super technical terms. Eventually I do want to be a VTuber. I want to rig a live 2D model, but I don't really have the money to spare when it comes to paying someone else to do that for me, so I'd have to be self-taught for a lot of that. And I take a certain amount of pride in self-teaching myself things like that, but learning how to rig a model is a lot of work, so we might not see a live 2D Enderwoman anytime soon, but we can at least update the design so that when we do officially rig her to a live 2D model, we've got details that we can actually make look cool. But yeah, I think I definitely want to keep the, here, let's go to like a red so that it's easy to see what we're doing. Do like a light red like that. Oh yeah, rigging is insane. Because here's the thing. I would have to draw the art myself, which means that I would have to separate all of the layers the way that I need to for a live 2D setup. Because live 2D rigging needs the art itself to be set up in a very specific way, like with like a bunch of different layers so that you can move everything individually. So not only would I have to learn how to segment my art in a way that will let me rig it, but then I'll also have to learn how to actually rig it. So eventually I'll get around to that, but for now. Okay, I am gonna go back to the normal streaming vibes, because then we can kind of see her down in the corner. I will say it's really frustrating because she's not working for whatever reason. I don't know what's going on with her. Like, you go to the streaming vibes on Hades 2, and whenever I talk, she moves. Exactly. Yeah, I'm trying to get a good design going. But then I'll go to, like, streaming vibes, my normal setup, and she doesn't fucking move when I talk. And that really, that really gets me, so. Cool. I love that for me. Anyway, we're gonna hang out on this one. I tried to fix it at the beginning of stream. I usually try to stream at like 6:30, but I ended up going live at I think 6:45. And oh my gosh, it was basically I was late to streaming today because I was trying to fix this. And I fixed it on all of my other things, but yeah, that's true. I could probably like, I don't know, burn some CDs or something as a ritual. don't know. I wonder what a ritual to a machine would be. That'd be really funny. Let's see here. Okay. There we go. Alrighty. If I don't see chat, it's because I'm looking at my art, for the record. So if I don't respond immediately, it's kind of because I'm looking down. So recently, I started playing Minecraft with my friends, and I actually updated my design. Oh my god. I actually grew up in the early 2000s, if that gives you a hint. I don't have a 19 in my birth date. Yeah. I just sound very mature for my age. But, let's see here. I think I definitely want to keep the pearls. I think the pearls are staying. And then, I actually really like her deep lip color. I think that's also staying. And then the eyes. The eyes are just really cool. And when I made the eyes like this, I was emulating how an Enderman has, like, those purple eyes. Let me actually grab a picture of an Enderman real quick. Enderman. Image. Yeah, I love it. Can I get a picture that doesn't... There we go. Copy image. Cool. Yeah, so I was trying to go for, like, how they have, like, the purple eyes effect. I think when I redraw her, I want to make it more... kind of like how I did on the Hades 2, where we might as well just have Hades 2 pulled up permanently. She works. And she's pretty. So whatever. But on the Hades 2, I made the whites of her eyes black and then made her eyes purple. Instead of having it just be all purple eyes with a... sorry, all black eyes with, like, a purple shine in there. Yeah. So, that's the hope. So, we're definitely gonna keep that. Let me get rid of these. I'm on the wrong layer. So, we're gonna keep the eyes, we're gonna keep the lipstick, we're gonna keep the pearls. We're gonna also keep the dress design. Because, let me move him over. You're in the way, sir. Cool. I like the dress being sleeveless. I think that that's wonderful. I think I'm gonna change it to how my Hades character has it. Because I like the idea of her eyes being purple. No, that's totally fine. I understand what you're saying. So, I'm not worried about it. I'll like ask a question to clarify if I read something and go, I don't know what you mean by that. So don't stress about it. We are all set. Yeah, because I really like this design. I think it's really pretty, but also I think it makes more sense for her eyes to be properly purple instead of all black. Because even if you look at the actual Enderman, his eyes are purple. No, I'm not gonna have a stroke. I would never be that rude. But yes, I will ask you to clarify. So, okay. So, if that's the case, here, give me a random purple. I'm actually, because this is the sketch layer, I'm going to be making it the way that I want to see it. Yeah, something like that. That looks cool. And I will eventually, in my free time, redraw her completely. Like how I did with Hades 2. So, eventually we're gonna end up with something in that similar art style as Hades 2. But, I'm kind of just getting the basis of how I'm gonna draw her done first. But, what I was saying earlier is that I've started playing Minecraft with my friends. And I actually made a new Minecraft skin for playing with them that was an Ender Woman proper, because I just thought that would be nice. And also, if we ever play Minecraft on the channel, I'll have a proper skin to match my aesthetic. And on that skin, I actually made it so that she had an Ender Pearl bracelet as well. Let's see here, copy paste. Damn, it's not on the right layer, so I can't do all that. Okay, that's fine. But what we'll do is we'll just take the colors. It was on her right hand, I believe. She had a bracelet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that'd be pretty. I might swap the hands because when I'm streaming and stuff, I have it so that the... Oh wait, no, that was her left. I don't know directions, apparently. It's fine. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. When I stream, I have my PNG raise her right hand when I talk. And I think that'd be cute if the right hand that raises is the one that has the bracelet on. Look, look, look. Look. I don't know directions very well. Look. Hold on, let me tell you something. I don't know directions very well, okay? You know what? It's canonical. Okay, I'm not from this world. I don't know these directions you humans talk about. Okay, we're gonna put this guy over here, I think. I think that's cute. Actually, because in Minecraft, the bracelet's on the right hand anyway. What am I talking about? I'm being a little dumb, it's fine. Exactly. What is left and right? Jesus. I just realized on this, I made her hand a different purple. Huh. Old art things. We're not going to completely redraw the Ender Pearls, but I am just going to make them look vaguely like it for a second. There we go. Cool. Sure. Exactly. Like, what are you talking about? Turn left? I'm just gonna go there. Like, come on. I will say, when we do eventually play Minecraft, because I do actually want to play that at some point on the channel. I just don't know if I want to do, like, a modded thing, or if I want to, like, just do vanilla Minecraft. We'll see. But canonically, I feel like, if she's in Minecraft, like, let's imagine, because we're drawing her right now, so we can kind of talk in the third person almost towards the lore and almost write it in real time as we kind of chat about it. I've been kind of thinking it would be really cool, like, say she was an entity that you could find in vanilla Minecraft, right? A female Enderman, an Ender Woman. And she's wearing this, like, pearl necklace and bracelet of Ender Pearls that's how she teleports, because when you kill an Enderman, you get an Ender Pearl, right? And that's how you teleport in the game. So I think it'd be really cool if she takes a bead off of her bracelet and throws it. Look, you know what I'm gonna do? When we play Minecraft, I'm gonna have her hold the, like, rose or whatever. Because have you ever seen an Enderman hold a rose? That's so real. That would be so fun, actually. God, I gotta get a Minecraft playthrough going at some point. Maybe that's what one of our Thursday days will be. Because on Thursdays, we do a variety night. Right now, we're alternating between Hades 2 and Dispatch. We're actually going to be playing Hades 2 this week, and then next week, we're going to be finishing our playthrough of Dispatch. And once we finish a game for a Thursday, we replace it with another. And so, I don't actually know what I'm replacing Dispatch with. Oh yeah, it's super fun. If you want to see my playthrough of it, it's up on YouTube. So anything that I play on Twitch, you didn't miss it if you didn't come. It's still there. And it's all under the same name. and the same icon. So if you look Enderwoman89 on YouTube, it'll be right there. But yeah, it's a very fun game. I've watched at least 4 playthroughs of Dispatch, and so I'm kind of doing an unorthodox playthrough of it where I choose the choices that, because it's one of those choice-based games, almost like the Telltale games, stuff like that. So I'm choosing choices that I haven't seen anybody else choose. So I'm enjoying it a lot, even though I've technically already seen the game. It's fun to see all the new things that I haven't seen, because that's the point of me kind of going through it. So it's fun. I like it. And once we're done with Dispatch, I don't actually know what I'm replacing it with in terms of video game. So once we get there, we'll get there. You know, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But for now, those are the 2 games that we're doing right now. And yeah, maybe we'll slot Minecraft in somewhere. Because I work full time and I have other hobbies that I try to do throughout the week, I can only stream 2 nights out of the week. So I only have so much time, but yeah, I think I might replace Dispatch with it, because then we'll alternate Minecraft nights and Hades 2 nights until we finish Hades 2. So we'll see. It'll be fun though. Okay. Okay. But in Minecraft, I also had this really pretty purple sash here. Let me do like a different purple so that it's distinguishable. Yeah. So I had a little sash here that kind of cinched the waist a little bit. Am I on Sketch? I am on Sketch. Good. Just getting the base shape in it. Because, again, this is just the sketch out. This is just to, like, conceptualize and see what it'll look like. And then it's tied in the back. In, like, a little bow. So, I don't think we'd be able to see that from here, but, you know. Who knows? That was kind of how I had it in Minecraft for that. Did a little bracelet. I did the gloves. Did the sash. And then we kept the necklace. I think I want to keep the hair the same. Because, like, for Hades 2, I have it up in a pretty ponytail. And then for normal nights, I could have it down like this. Because I also have my chill stream design. Let me open that real quick. That will be in my streaming assets. Cool. Ender, idle, chill. This is my design for my Thursday nights usually. I'd also like to redraw this eventually, but yeah. Cause like, I like how this is. I like the over-the-shoulder little strand. I think that's very pretty. And I think it'll look nice in kind of that design that I have on screen right now. And then for Hades 2 nights, it's in a ponytail. And for my chill streams, it's in a different ponytail that's a lot less fancy and just more like just having my hair up. Because this is kind of how I hang out normally when I'm just chilling and like playing video games and stuff. This is what I look like 9 times out of 10 on my streams. It's just, you know, not my hair color and face, obviously. But like, yeah, just like a tank top and sweats. That was kind of the point of this. And then with a controller, because a lot of the games I play is a controller. And she still has the ender pearl. It's just a single bead instead of the entire strand. I think that that's fun. I don't know. I don't really zoom into this. So you guys get to finally see the details and how, like, the hands don't look the best, but they're also not the worst hands you've seen in your life, you know? They're not some AI hands. You can tell I really struggled and fucked up on those. But, yeah. This was such a cute little, like, design that I love. Hands are difficult, especially, like, drawing normal hands that are posed normally is already a challenge. Drawing hands that are holding and playing a controller? Oh, okay. Cool. So you want me to hate life. Got it. I don't know what I was thinking back then when I made this. Like, it looks great in terms of what my ability was. And you can tell that's a controller. So that's pretty sick. But like, Jesus, she was insane. Yeah. And tentacles that can't move as flexibly as other tentacles can. You know, like you think tentacles and you think of them moving like and twisting and doing all that. But fingers are like segmented, but they also can't move in any crazy ways. They're like action figures. It's weird. So yeah, eventually I'm gonna redraw this one too. But it might just be like, I don't update the design in any way. I just redraw it and make it look nicer. This was the Hades 2 concept, that's right. Okay, let's put you over here so that I can swap between these two easier. So yeah. Oh, but if we do that, then we are going to have the eyes be different. There we go. Yeah. That'll be the only difference, is that we edit the eyes and make them actually like that. I'm debating... I don't know. Because I've always loved the idea that these aren't really clothes. They're shadows that she manipulates. I thought that that was such a cool idea. And then you come over here, or on this one, and she's just wearing sweats and a tank top. Because the whole point was that she was, you know, chilling out, relaxing. Here, let me actually turn the music down a little bit. This particular track is like... There we go. I don't know. Because, like, maybe I have her have some, like, tattoos, some, like, shadowy looking, like, stripes on the chill one. Just to show that the shadows are ever present, but when she relaxes... Well, it's kind of like shadows that even light can't penetrate, because you see Enderman during the day, you know? But if we did something like this, you know? Kind of like this. Something like that. I don't know. Yeah. It's hard to emulate with my art style because my art style is very simple. I've only recently started playing around with shading. And so, like, that's why you see, like, on the Hades 2, there's, like, more intense shading. But that was to emulate Hades 2, like, the art style in general. Like, I was really trying to emulate Selene from that game. Let me pull up an image of her, just in case. Selene, Hades 2. There we go. Copy image. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, I absolutely learned a lot more about shading just by trying to practice and do that. But it really helped looking at these types of references because there was this one, which, you know, is the standard Selene design. And then I believe Malinois has some pretty intense stuff on the shading. Malinois, Hades 2. Yeah. Here, copy image. Hit OK. Like, you can see, like, they have, like, a set light marker that they shade everything else according to. And so that's what I was really trying to, like, learn how to do with my current design for Hades 2. So yeah. Here, I can get rid of these two now. But it'll be interesting what lighting. Maybe I do like a warm lighting for this one. It was easier with the Hades 2 stuff because I kind of was able to be like, oh, she's in moonlight. Because everything's at night for Hades 2. And she's wearing silver armor, and everyone in Hades 2 is wearing, you know, silvers and beautiful colors and are lit by the light of the moon, which is a very, like, cold light source. It's more on the blue tones and the blue hues. So it was easier for me to be like, oh, okay, so I'll just make everything lighter. You know, I don't have to worry about hue as much if I don't want to. And when I play Hades 2, this all fits in really, really well. So it worked for that. But for like a chill night, I don't know. I should focus on the normal design. I just realized I'm getting distracted again. Oh, okay. No, that's not what I wanted. Little sash. That's also why I like down here it like teeters out into this weird looking stuff, because in my previous art style I didn't really know how to make this look like just shadows that were like blending outwards. Yeah, the ribbon looks really cute. It adds some contrast. That's kind of what this design needs desperately, is some contrast, because I want it to be emblematic of the Enderman, obviously, because I want there to be some relation to that. Right. But also, in real life, I'm white, so I would feel very weird about making my character, like, have black skin, no matter what kind of character I'm emulating. Like, yes, the Endermen in the game are just the color black. However, that doesn't mean that my PNG needs to have black skin. That's not what we're doing. I'm not even fucking touching that. Not with a 10-foot pole. So, we are going to have white skin. That's fair. But, like, it's just... these are the things that I think about in my day-to-day in general. And so also, because this is something that is public-facing, it's doubly important that I'm conscious of that type of stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. I want to make her core color theme black and purple because that's the Enderman design, without making it like, exactly, I'm not trying to do Enderface. I hate that. Oh my god. That's so cringe. Yeah, not trying to get canceled before my career even takes off. Because I've always been very adamant that this is going to be a hobby until it can not be, you know? I'm not going to take it too seriously. I'm not going to push growth. I'm just going to hang out and stream, and if a following grows from that, then a following grows from that. And if I ever do get big enough that I can support myself off of just streaming, then sure, I'll support myself off streaming. But I'm not making money on any of this right now. Like, I'm not nearly big enough for any type of platform to look at me, which is fine. Because if I start hyper-focusing on, oh, well, I didn't get any new subscribers, then I'm going to get discouraged heavily. And so it's just going to be something that I just play around with, hang out with, chill. But that also doesn't mean that I'm never going to have eyes on me ever and I can start doing dumb shit. I wouldn't do dumb shit no matter what, but like, exactly. It would be nice if I got big enough that it would become like a full-blown career and I become an actual streamer and I have a following and a chat and stuff like that. But like, yeah, exactly. So, I'm here for a good time in general. And if that turns into a long time, then hell yeah. For now, though, we're going to draw a funny little pretty girl character. I have a preference for updos. That's also why I'm, like, trying not to be super, like, critical of her long hair. I think I leave it. I think I don't touch it. Although I am debating on some bangs. Like, imagine if she had, like, some bangs here. I don't know. Does the slick back look better? I don't know. I feel like the bangs add a little bit more of a goth look. Like, kind of a darker, dark wave gothy look, which I think is fitting for her. Because what we could do, right, is, like, stop having it come into her face so much. And then have it be, like, little strands here. Kind of like how we have in the Hades 2 design. We could have that be a little more present. Something like that. I don't know. I don't like this side one. This side. It's too long. But, and then what we could do is have the neck. Okay, I need this. Yeah, I like a good goth direction. I'm trying to dress a little more goth in my real life anyway. Goth and scene. Those are the two that I'm dabbling in pretty hard nowadays. We could still have the hair come down and be more like here. But have this big strand not be here. Something like that. You know? I don't think that looks bad, but maybe we don't do the strand. I think we keep the bangs and get rid of this strand here. If we're gonna do something like that. I think that looks pretty. And what we could do is kind of have it also come onto this side. So it's kind of like... Oh, I don't hate that. I would want that to be a little more present if we're gonna do it like that. What are our thoughts on the double shoulder strand bangs vibe? I don't know. Yeah, I really don't mind it. Because it used to look like this. And now it will look like that. It's definitely different. It's definitely different. I'm trying to decide if I like it or not. I do like bangs on certain people. On myself, I'm a little more hesitant. But I'm going through a big hair transition right now anyway, because I cut my hair like super short. Like K-pop idol short. Last year for my birthday. And so I'm kind of going through that growing it back out transition right now. So hair in general is kind of a question mark for me. I don't mind this look. I feel like if I'm gonna give her the bangs though, I need to do something else. This design is so nice though. Here's the thing. I don't know. How am I liking the new haircut for myself, or how am I liking the current design that we've got going right now? Yeah, her vibe is very different with the bangs. I don't know how I like that. My own haircut. I like it. I liked it when it first happened, but I miss ponytails. That's where I'm at right now, is that I do very much miss my long hair, if I'm being honest. So, like, I don't know. I've been someone who's always had her hair in a ponytail for years. And so having the short haircut was kind of like a fun, like, let's do something different. Let's shake some shit up. And now I'm living with the, with the consequences. I don't know. I do kind of miss it a lot. And so I am in the process of growing it back out. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And, you know, who knows, maybe in 2 years I'll go back to being short again. Because I've done this before, where I, like, cut my hair super short. In 2020, I went from a super long haircut to, like, a, like, messy bob, almost. Like, a full inch above my shoulders, but not, like, bob, if that makes sense. And so that was really fun, and it was super, like, cute and nice. And then 2 years after that, I cut it again, and I hated it. I fucking hated it. And so I think with this one, I wanted to cut it super short, but have it be different than that, just in case. And now it's like, I don't hate this hairstyle. I think it looks good on me, but it's a direction that I probably won't go again unless I'm really, like, spiraling and just need something to change, you know? So here's hoping, but we'll see what happens. For now, I'm in the process of regrowing, and that's kind of where I'm at. I don't know if I like her hair like this. Let me see what everything else looked like without it. I think this looks nice. Half bangs. As in, like, almost like an over-the-eye emo look. Like, almost like just bringing this... Yeah, okay, so, like, kind of bringing this up. Kind of like that, you think? I actually don't hate that. Wait, that's actually really mysterious and cute. Ooh, okay! Ooh, okay. She's eating? This like weird curl right here is bothering me. That's really pretty, actually. That's so pretty. Wait, zooming out. That's a killer idea. Shouts out. That was a insane call. Okay, I am curious though. Real quick, let me go to this. Erase. I didn't erase it. It's just not visible. I am going to do something really quick. Copy paste. Because what we'll do, bring this over here. I'm gonna hide our little Enderman friend. Doot. Go back to sketch. Bring this back. I want to see, real quick, what she looks like if the bang is overhanging on this side. Kind of like here. I don't know if that's gonna work, actually. I think I overdrew. 1 second. Let's take a look at this. because I really like the half bang look. I think it looks really cool and mysterious and sick. But also, you typically, and this is more my inclination of being in theater in high school, you typically want to be facing the audience. And so it's like, does it look a little more personable? No, I think it looks kind of just dumb. I think it just looks better the other way. It did look like he was wearing that dress, huh? That'd be fun one day to have like a full art stream and just do dumb shit like that. Just put like an Enderman on screen and then draw a dress on him. I think that'd be really funny. Yeah, I think that looks dumb. I think that looks dumb as hell. I'm deleting that one and erasing this. I think we landed on something solid. Yeah, I think that this gives like anime vibes. You know, almost like anime emo in like a funny but mysterious way. I fuck with this heavy. This looks really cool. I think that was an insane shout out. That looks so pretty. Yeah, that's insane. Honestly, this design right here, yeah, that was an insane shout. Thank you for the suggestion, because that just improved the design so much. I think that puts like a really pretty cherry on top. I just dropped my pen. God damn it. Son of a bitch. There it is. Okay. I don't know if there's much else that I would do. Maybe, like, okay, if I could, like, hold on, let me get some black in here, because layers are weird, and I can't blend black up from here. There. And now, because I'm thinking, like, what if we did, like, this in a smoky sense? Kind of like you can see on her right arm in the OG Hades 2 art, it goes like a smoky design. So what if, to kind of emulate that shadow look, we made the arms look a little less like gloves? It's a little messy right now because I'm playing on different... I know, right? You know, I'm playing on different, like, layers, but... I don't know. I just think that her, like, shadow design could use a little bit of help somehow. How would I do that? No clue. Because right now it just looks like she's wearing a black dress, which isn't a problem. It looks pretty. It looks nice. Very mysterious. But I don't know. I'm like not sold on it. I feel like it's missing something still. I feel like if I were to leave it here and sketch this up and turn it into full art, it would look perfectly good. It would look fine. It would look amazing. But I think I can add something else, and that's what's bothering me, you know? Like, first things first, this little lump right here is gonna bug me. Yeah. There we go. That'll do. Okay. That looks so cool. Oh my god. Yeah. Because, like, the thing is that I had her sitting down because when you do a PNG tube, nobody sees this half. It usually cuts off right about, like, here. This is what you see, typically. And so it's like, I feel like there could be something just a tad bit more interesting up top. Because honestly, again, if the bottom is just the dress flows down into some shadowiness, then that's fine. And that makes sense, and that's in canon, and, you know, etc., etc. That's what I did with the Hades 2 design. She just goes down into just, the dress just stops after a while. But, like, I look at the Hades 2 design, and there's so much going on. It doesn't look crowded, but it does look interesting. And I think that right now, she does still look very interesting, but not as interesting as she could be. She hasn't hit her limit yet. She's nowhere near the threshold of this is too busy. So I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I add some like purple sparkles. Like the Endermen are always like surrounded by this purple particle. So what if I put just like, you know, little purple tattoos on her? Like almost like freckles. It does break up the line a little bit. I don't know. Again, this is just a sketch, so obviously it's gonna look a little awkward. It's not gonna be perfect, but like, just did like little like freckle dots for her. Some of these are not what I would like them to look like, but let me turn my eraser down. Yeah. Because like, the other thing too is that this has a line art that is very harsh because it's just purple and black. Like, I have a line art in the Hades 2 art, but it's a black line art. Yeah. That lining on the top of the dress, I think, is what you're trying to think of. But yeah. What if I did like a... what color would I make it? I'll do like a slate type thing. What if I did like... No, but I like the pearls. What I was thinking was possibly a, like, where's my sketch? I'm on eraser, that's why. Like a cape, like a cowl of some sort. And come down there. Because then let me just fill in that color real quick. And then we can do the fine details in a second. True. Because the main reason why I did a pearl necklace is because, you know, ender pearls. Like, I feel like the play on words was fun. But I don't hate the idea that maybe I wasn't as creative as I could have been with that. That's, you know, a very true read of me. Because that's a cute little play on words, but it's also not the most creative that I could have been with it. So I could think of more intricate jewelry. Absolutely. No, you're giving a lot of good input. Like, honestly, I would prefer that you backseat too much than lurk when it comes to something like this, because the input's really useful, because even if I don't agree with you, it's something I can kind of bounce off of, you know? It's a lot harder to talk to an empty chat than a full one. So, I appreciate you, and I'll let you know if, like, I need to just think for a second, but typically, if I just need to think, then I will not respond. I'll just, like, you know, ignore chat until I'm ready to respond to it. Not in a rude way, but just in a way that's like, oh, I just saw that, you know. I'm revealing all the trade secrets. I don't hate the cowl. I think it looks nice. No, you're fine. Again, like the suggestions and stuff, they're very helpful because they put new ideas in my head. Because what you said about fitting pearls into more like elaborate dark jewelry is absolutely true. And there's no reason why I can't do that. I would just need to actually think of how to do that, you know? Because I'm big on jewelry. I love jewelry in real life. I don't wear a lot of it, but I wanted to be a gemologist at one point because I love gemstones and I love the craft and the chemistry behind gemstones and precious metals and how jewelry is made. I find all of it very fascinating. So, making more jewelry designs for this, in theory, should not be hard for me. However, yeah, it's like, I find gemstones to be so beautiful. And I just, it's been a long time fascination of mine. So. Oh, when I wiped the other hair, I got rid of the eyes. Hold on. I do want to keep that so that it's an ever-present how I'm seeing the picture detail. I don't hate this cape. I don't know if I like it as a cape. You know? Like, obviously, yes, it'll go down here and it'll expand and continue on. And I don't hate that idea. But... True. The only issue is that there's no real space for me to include a pearl earring here, because we don't really see her ears. The one that would be facing the camera is covered. I do like the pearl bracelet. I think that's very pretty. Yeah. Yeah, but that's okay. Because also on the OG design, there wasn't really a whole lot of ear action, because I just didn't feel like drawing an ear when I first drew it. So it's becoming very yeah. I think I don't like the cowl because it's making it very fantasy almost. Like, it's and she is a fantasy character in theory, don't get me wrong, but like, I'm kind of thinking more witchy, lady of the night, like mystical sorceress almost, if we're going fantasy, not wizard. I have seen those types of dresses, and I don't hate that idea either. That is kind of what I was thinking. Because, like, I worry that it's going to... Because it turns these into sleeves instead of being gloves. And I don't know if I'm attached to that idea to the point where I want it to be a deal breaker. Because if we did something like that, then we could do, like... It would go up here. If I was going to do anything that goes up into the neck like that, it would probably be with the dress. And what I would do is bring up just some sleeves right here that would come up into this. And then come up into the neck like this. If that makes sense. Let me redraw that because I did not do that very well. I did not illustrate that very well. That kind of design. You know, because then we could do like the cool net design almost. And it's very pretty and it's very cool. But that almost reminds me of like Arachne from Soul Eater. Let me pull up a picture of her because that's not a character from that anime. Arachne Soul Eater. Copy image. Here. This is like who that kind of reminds me of almost. Yeah. And her design is very similar, I would say. Enderman, get out of here. I'm trying to look at something. Thank you. Like, Arachne is kind of what I'm emulating a little bit. Don't get me wrong. Because she is very similar to what I'm going for, but I feel like doing that with the dress gets it just a touch too close. You know? And that's what I'm worried about. Because I don't want to just copy paste a design from someone else. No, that's fair. To be fair, she was a little weird in that anime, and Medusa was right there, so it is what it is. Oh, goodness. I'm getting tired. Oh my god, it's 9:53? What the hell? Yeah, this last like hour and a half really fucking disappeared from me. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely having fun. It helps that you're so active because I like having people to bounce off of and respond to and react to and chat with. I get very tired when I sit here and talk to myself for hours, but it's not as tiresome when there's actually something to respond to and react to. When I'm just going off the fly off my head, it can really drain me. So I'm definitely having fun. And I'm so glad that you decided to tune in tonight and hang out and pop in. You've been a great help, and honestly, even if you weren't a great help, it's just been nice having someone to talk with and bounce ideas off of. Yeah. Feel free to come pop back in. We'll be back on Thursday for some Hades 2 streams, so you'll get to see this avatar for all of the stream, too. But yeah. You're quite the joy. I think I might be a little stumped on this for now. Maybe I'll bounce this off of some other people at some point, but this is around the time that we end anyway. We ended around 10 o'clock. It's 9:54 for me. I think I've hit a wall that I'll benefit from resting on. But we did a lot of good work. I mean, we got the bracelet, we got the sash, and we got the hair. And the eyes. This already is such a huge improvement on what we had. Sorry, I move around a lot when I'm in Clip Studio Paint. Like, if I get rid of the changes... Yeah, I think that looks good. Part of me wants to keep her eyes all black, because that's the only part of this design that's changed that my brain is still undecided on. But the bangs were a hit idea. Shoutouts. And I think it's coming together. So for now, I'm going to save this. Let me go to the chatting screen. I'm being a little unprofessional right now. Okay, we'll hang out. We'll hang out here. She's only kind of working, so yeah. It's so funny because on the chatting screen you can see that this is an older version of this art because you can see down at the bottom the colors and all that, and in her dress there's like color differences. Yeah. I don't know what was going on with my program at the time, but that was something that was going on with it, but let me save this project under idle draft. We'll just call it that. Cool. Big yays. Oh, goodness. I'm also going to save the other one. Chill Ender draft. There we go. Okay. This is fun. I don't do stuff like this very often. These kind of more creative endeavors. So I'm really happy that I was able to kind of just relax, decompress from Elden Ring, and draw some stuff with you guys. This was really cool. Thank you to Gilsoul. Yeah, it's nice. I'm trying to be more nice to myself about pivoting off of Elden Ring so I'm not just being negative for 3 hours of my night. Because, ooh, Elden Ring can do that to me. It's hard to be... Ooh, oh goodness. I don't know. It's like, I've talked a little bit about it in my, while I was actually playing it, but, yeah, it's a very frustrating game, and if I fail too much all at once on a bunch of different stuff, it can kind of fuck up my, like, self-esteem when it comes to playing that game. So, I try to kind of, like, get off of that when I start to feel that way. Because once you start, like, fucking with your self-esteem and tilting are the two quickest ways to make sure that your frustration or sadness at lack of skill will equal more lack of skill. Because when you're upset, you play worse. Well, here's the thing. I have 683 hours in Elden Ring. I know that it's normal to fail in that game. That's the thing, is that I am used to failing. Yeah, I love that game. Elden Ring is a game that I have, like, hyper focused on for months at a time, multiple times. You know, I'll fall off and then I'll come back to it. It's kind of like a Skyrim or a Minecraft to me, where it's like you start a new run and then boom, the hyperfixation's back and that's all I'm playing. Right now, I don't have that hyperfixation for Elden Ring. So it's a little harder for me to just throw myself at it against the same wall over and over again. Like, it really takes a particular day for me to be able to do that. Or a hyperfixation. Oh, hell yeah! That's so cool. Yeah, I like doing kind of the more, like, themed challenge runs, you know? Because I love a good challenge run where it's like arcane only, or I'm only using this type of sword. But like when I started playing Elden Ring on stream, I wanted it to be unique. Oh, fuck yeah. Dude, shields only is so hard. I don't do super hard challenges like that because I want to retain my enjoyment of the game. Yeah, see? See? Killed you a little inside. Exactly. I'm trying to avoid that a little bit. Just a little bit. That's fair. Yeah. Because, like, achievements like that are few and far between. It's really hard to do, and it's really rewarding when you finish it, but, girl, I'm with you on that. Repeating it is quite a bit. Exactly. Something that's actually good. Because when it's fist weapons, you have the balls, you have the spiked balls, you have the venomous fang. Yeah, you got that. You've got some good weapons on your roster when you're doing a fist only run. That's so sick. Yeah, see? That's gonna be good once you get to the DLC. I haven't gotten there yet. That's the other thing, is that getting to the DLC will help, I hope, get the momentum back, but oh lord, it's just so hard to actually do it. Yeah. Because right now I'm on the Carrion Knight run. So once I get to the DLC, we'll have Rolana to kill, and we're going to incorporate her swords into my play, because Carrion Knight. Duh. I'm also going to grab the sorcery sword that you get in the DLC, where you can cast with the sword. And that's going to be something that I incorporate. So it's like the Carrion Knight run is fun because you get to kind of hyper focus on weapons because of their theming, and you get to kind of follow the lore. The first one I ever did, and the only other one that I've done, is a Black Knife run, where I ran straight up to I sped ran up to the Black Knife Assassin in Altus to get the dagger, and then I used Black Knife Tiche as the summon, because I do use summons in my challenges. Right now I'm not, because there's not really one that fits with my current character, but we're gonna figure it out at some point. But yeah, so the Black Knife, I got the armor, I got the dagger, and I just went through the game. I had the Black Knife Tish summon, all of which I did get organically. I didn't cheat it in and then do the whole game with all of that. So, you know, there was a good long point where I didn't have access to the armor that I needed, but that's okay. But it was just fun, and it was really rewarding at the end because I actually was able to kill Promised Consort Radon, which is something that is hard for me to do normally. That's something that, like, even on my preferred builds, not even a challenge run, I had to swap builds to beat him on my just off hours character. I hate that fight. That fight is, I genuinely think that there's so much wrong with that fight. Yes, can you beat it? Yeah, technically you can. But the way that it behaves, I won't rehash too much of it, but I've gone on quite the crazy angry rant about that fight on stream, so yeah. So I was able to beat Promised Consort Radon with the Black Knife, which is crazy, and I'm so proud of it to this day. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that with the Carrion Knight. We'll see. It's part of the challenge because I did it in the last one, but it's something I'm very nervous about. And then once we finish the Carrion Knight build, because Tuesdays are my Elden Ring days. I only do Elden Ring. Sometimes we'll pivot to Elden Ring Night Rain because that does technically count. But Thursdays are my variety nights, and that's where I put other games. So once we're done with the Carrion Knight, I want to do the Clean Rot Nights, which are Melania's nights that have the sickle and the spear. And that one's going to be really fun. Because that one, I'm going to be able to use the Anspur Rapier. Because, you know, it's a rot rapier weapon. Duh. I feel like that counts. So it's just like, it's going to be really cool. I don't know. We'll see. But that's a long ways out. That's after we finish this this run, which is, there's a lot to do with this run, you know? We have to kill so many more main quest lines. I'm getting tired, you can hear it. We have to go through all of the main quest line. We have to go to the DLC, do all of that too. We'll get there, but it's gonna be a hard and long journey. And right now we're on gold free, so it's gonna be frustrating. But yeah. Oh, I felt that. I have to go to bed in 9 hours, roughly. I have work tonight. It's 10:05. I leave for work at 10:30. That's usually why I end at 10 to give me a good half hour before I have to start driving up to work. And then I get off at 7 in the morning. Yeah. It's about a 50-minute drive to my work too, so it's a bad, it's not bad. I don't mind it. But like, I leave at like 10:40, get there at 11:30, leave at 7 and get home at around 8. And then go to bed at around 9 or 10 and wake up at like 5 or 6. So it's, you know, it's quite the schedule. But I've gotten kind of used to it. There are some days where I'll go to bed at like noon and that really fucks up my sleep schedule. And those are the days where I'll skip stream and then not say a single thing about it in the Discord, which, you know, I'm not proud of, but like, it's because I slept in until like 9 and what am I gonna do? Stream for an hour? Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. So it just, yeah. Feel free to join the Discord, by the way. I have the link both on my Twitch and on my YouTube, if you would like. There's not much in there aside from the notifications for when I go live, and I try my best. If I know that I'm not going to stream that night and I'm awake to say it, I try my best to let people know in the Discord. That's usually where those notifications go. But yeah, until we get a bigger community, the Discord is kind of a ghost town. But eventually it'll grow if I grow. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. It's nothing too crazy. So we'll see what happens. I do have a channel for clips and highlights too, so if you're ever in need of some of the funnier clips that I've got, that's the place to go. Yeah. Anyway, it's 10:07. I want a little bit of time to myself before I have to get ready for work and go do this, but professionally for money. So, this was super fun. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah. Thank you. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. As always, see me on YouTube when this all uploads. You know, hang out, catch up on the stuff you've missed if you need to. And yeah, I will see you guys on Thursday. God willing. Okay.